Why is it that some people make $80,000 a year yet feel broke and financially stranded, while someone else making $45,000 a year is steadily saving, investing, and building a better financial security? I'll tell you why, because the answer lies in one thing, and that is their habits. Not the income, not the job title, it's the habits. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 money habits that wealthy people live by that most of us were never taught. I recently came across a TikTok post where someone shared that she spent $300 on Instacart groceries, and that same groceries in store would have cost her $147. That is over $150 lost to convenience. Multiply that across a month or year. That's money she could have invested into the stock market or put into a Roth IRA. This is exactly why this conversation matters. Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're new here. My name is Ami and I talk about financial and personal development as well as fashion and beauty. If those are topics that interest you, subscribe to the channel below, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's go ahead and get into these 10 practical money habits that separate struggling from thriving. Habit 1, pay yourself first. If you only implement one habit from this video, I want you to start with this one. Wealthy people pay themselves first. Before rent, before bills, before extras, they prioritize putting money towards investing, saving, and building wealth. Start by allocating 10% of your paycheck each time you get paid, or even $20 weekly matters. By doing this, you're making a conscious decision to prioritize your financial future. When I began, I set up an automatic transfer every time I got paid, literally right after payday. Within 3 months, I had a $600 cushion that I could fall back on and a completely different mindset. Because the honest truth is, if you wait until the end of the month after all of your bills have been paid and all of your needs have been met, there is rarely anything left. Prioritize yourself first. Treat yourself like the most important bill you have got to pay. Habit 2, track every dollar. Let me ask you an honest question. Do you truly know where your money's going? Because I didn't until one time I went over my bank statement and I realized I had spent close to $200 on random food deliveries and subscriptions I was no longer using. Wealthy people treat their finances like a business. They track everything from the penny to the dollar. According to the penny hoarders, 55% of Americans don't even use a budget. And this is exactly why so many of us are lost financially. Use apps like Mint or YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, or even a simple spreadsheet would do. You can even write this down, whatever works. But when it comes to your money, clarity is the first step toward change. Habit 3, set specific financial goals. General goals won't build wealth. Wealthy people play a numbers game. Instead of saying you want to save, put a specific amount to it and a time. For instance, if you want to save $10,000, say I want to save $10,000 within a year, that's 12 months. 10,000 divided by 12, that's $834 a month or $27 a day. A Dominican university study found that people who set specific financial goals for themselves are 42% more likely to achieve them. Setting clear, specific goals like that create a clear roadmap. So write it down and track your progress and make adjustments as needed. Habit 4, live below your means. This is one of the most important long-term habits. Spending everything you earn or more is a trap. Wealthy people aren't out here buying the latest BMW or purchasing the latest designer handbag or shoes. That's the difference between wealthy people and poor people. Poor people like to pretend as if they've made it, while wealthy people focus on investing and growing their wealth. Warren Buffett still lives in a house he bought in 1958. That's 1958. In the book, The Millionaire Next Door, researchers found that most US millionaires still live well below their means. These are your average neighbors. These are folks that live next door to you. So when your income increases, don't increase your expenses. Instead, increase your investing. Increase your strategy on how you can double that money. I want you to pause this video for 30 seconds. Log into your bank app on your phone. Do you have $1,000 in savings? If you don't, this is where you begin. Habit 5, build an emergency fund. Emergencies don't just happen to others. It can happen to any one of us. Your car might break down, or an emergency dental work, or perhaps you need a week off work. Just imagine your car breaking down and you don't have a dime to your name. If you're anything like me, I don't like asking other people for money. So having an emergency fund is a cushion you can fall back on. Start with saving $1,000 and then gradually work your way towards a 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. That's your sleep at night fund, and it changes everything. It provides a sense of security. Habit 6, only use good debt. Let's clarify something essential about debt. Not all debt is bad, and not all debt is productive. Wealthy people only take on debt that makes them money. Think business loans, real estate improvement, education that leads to more income. In The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki teaches that good debt puts money in your pocket while bad debt takes it out. So before borrowing, ask yourself this question: is this loan or debt putting money into my pocket? Is it going to increase me in wealth, or is it going to increase my expenses? If it's increasing your expenses, then it is not a good debt. Habit 7, invest consistently. You don't need a big salary in order to start investing. Anyone can invest. All you need is consistency. Even $50 a month over time compounds and builds wealth. Use apps like Acorns, Fidelity, or M1 to invest. Albert Einstein once called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. It's sort of like the snowball effect. You know, you roll up a little snowball and throw it down a hill, and then it rolls over and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what compounding is. So start now. The earlier, the better. Habit 8, keep learning about money. One of the top traits among millionaires is the ongoing education about money. Seeking financial knowledge helps them manage their wealth, secure their future, and pass those lessons on to their children and the next generation. Books I recommend when it comes to financial habits are Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, and I'll Teach You How to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Even reading 10 minutes a day, it's gonna help you to reshape your mindset. Habit 9 is delay gratification. Wealthy people are masters at waiting. Just because you can afford to buy something doesn't mean you should. Use the 72 hours rule. The 72 hours rule is to wait 3 days if you really, really want to make a major purchase. Chances are you're not going to want it any longer after the wait, or you might find a better alternative. This habit builds discipline, and discipline builds wealth. Habit 10 is to give generously. This one might surprise you, but many of the wealthiest people in the world are the most generous. And it's not about having extra. It's about believing that money flows where generosity lives. Tip the waiter at the restaurant, or offer a warm meal to a homeless person, or just give a friend a supporting hand. Generosity shifts your mindset from scarcity to the abundance mindset. So there you have it. You don't have to master all 10 of these today. Start with one and then build from there. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which one of these habits you're going to start implementing this week. And also, let me know which one of these lessons hit home the most for you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share with a friend. Thank you very much for watching, and I truly hope to catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.